All right, junkies, it is Bob, and I am back with another review. And this week, we decided that it was time to do something a little bit different. And we were perusing through our Entertainment Earth catalog, and we saw that Super7, one of our favorite companies, has actually made a carrying case. Yes, it's 2019, and someone has made a carrying case again, which is fantastic. Now, with the Alien line, as Super7 has brought back into full-on existence. There are variants, there are different releases. You can get mystery boxes of different Alien figures with a different paint variation for each one. I have several myself. I've got a lot of Alien figures that are loose. I've got some Planet of the Apes figures that are loose. I'm starting to get the monster figures now. I've got a lot of figures laying around. They're just I have them in plastic bags. When I saw that they made a carrying case, I was like, that's it, I'm in, gotta have it. So I thought, why just buy it and just, put my figures in it and do the whole thing? Let's open it up. Let's find out what we got here. Is this worth it? Now, back in the day, I had the Kenner carrying cases that were in this style. Fully appreciate that, Super7. And I had the C-3PO, the Darth Vader case. I even had the Chewbacca bandolier. I never had the gun, the big Star Wars gun. And a friend of mine even had the cheapy knockoff cases that were perfect. I had some G.I. Joe cases that you could put on your belt, carry around, that was fun. But that very first, briefcase one for Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, yes, they did one for all 3 movies, was it. So let's see what we've got here. So this is the way it came. It came in this plastic bag. Warning, this can choke somebody, which is kind of nice. It's, has air holes and stuff, so it's not really going to keep it from being dusty. But when I ordered it from Entertainment Earth, this is how it showed up. It was in a very large box. It did not crush a single thing inside the package, so I thought that was awesome. Ooh, there goes the camera. Okay, yeah, this is, sorry about that. Oh, I love when these things happen. So we're going to pull this out. Now, in the old style of the vinyl cases, this is a vinyl case. It's got the little studs up here to keep these, they're like nails that flattens out on both ends to keep them in place. We do have this plasticky bubble screen that goes over the top of this, so this was inserted. Now on the old Star Wars ones, this is sealed. On the old Star Wars ones, it was printed into it, kind of like an underlayer of plastic. Ooh, we do have a button snap. We've got our handle here. Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. We have the button snap and handle here. Kind of, in that style. There's nothing here on the back. We don't even have copyright or anything. That's how it was. So we're going to put this down here. Now, it's supposed to come with an Alien figure. So we do have a nice big red cover case. These do fold out. So look at that. I'm going to have to pull back here a little bit. So these do fold out. Kind of revealing a little bit of the sides here, but these do fold out, as you can see. This is nice. I'll bring this back here. And it does come with a special Alien figure that you can only get in this in this case. So we do have a nice little bubble wrap. It's taped. It's not permanently sealed, I'm guessing. But he does come in a little bubble wrap. Oh, look at this. Oh, Super7, you're the best. Comes in a little ReAction Kenner style bag. That's awesome. We're gonna have to open it, so we gotta open it. This is, oh wow, this is cool. So, got my knife here. I don't want to cut them or anything. Tear it open. Ooh. Now, I do have a regular one, and then I have an all blue one. But this one is translucent. Look at this thing. Oh. So now I have 3 of these. I have 3 of these. These are really, really sweet. I love them. This translucent. Now, I've already reviewed this figure, and I'll link it here in the review. If you peel this off, and then you put this piece to the side here, and you hit this. See, it comes out. You put that out, but then you put this back over top, and this is all part of it. It's part of the figure, but you definitely want to leave this on, or else the second jaw is just going to pop out. It's going to be crazy. So definitely don't want to do that. Ooh, that's sharp. So great figure. I've already reviewed him, but I love the translucent. You can sort of see through him, but sort of not. Really a clever design. Great figure. Awesome to have him in battles against G.I. Joes. I think on Alien Day, I actually had a picture of him with Constable Zuvio on our Instagram page. So this is what I was curious at. Now, if you look at this figure, he's big. He is not... he's bigger with his tail. He's bigger in circumference than a Gamorrean guard was back in the day. He was about the roundest figure I think you could get in the old Star Wars line. Not the tallest, IG-88 was. So let's see what they did here. So kind of was interested. This is a lot bigger, instantly, a lot bigger than the old G.I. Joe cases. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm not going to go too far into moving these because I want you to be able to see them. But these cases, there's no stickers for labeling. So, you know, if you, Dodge, Kane, you can't really label the figures as they are in the case. So we're going to pull this out. This was awesome. I'm going to pull this out, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what we can do here. So these were the cases. Now, back in the day, for the Star Wars figures, you could put little labels here or here, wherever you wanted to, and you could label each figure so you could keep track of who you had. The collect them all. So as you can see, he's a little tight to get him in there, but he clearly has to go in the bigger one, in the bigger figure case. And the tail actually goes underneath, and then he fits in. See? So he fits in there perfectly. Now, I did bring some new friends. I do have a Cornelius here from Planet of the Apes, the new Apenaut one they just released. He can fit in there. And this is General Mendez. This is Mendez the 26th. If I pull this off here. So I just did reviews of these. I'll link to both. I'll link to these figures. I thought it was funny. I would say, oh yeah, you keep pulling this off. Who's going to pull it on and off? Well, if you do a review, you pull this on and off quite often just to see how it works. So it's a mask, as you can see, and it reveals that underneath. It's a pretty cool figure. And gross at the same time, which is always, who doesn't love a gross figure? So you can put them in there like that. So as you can see, the aliens are probably going to have to definitely work themselves into the bigger slots, of which you get 4, because you get 2 sets for these cases. So your standard figures are they're going to fit in here nice and easy. And actually, they're so big, you could probably get 2 figures in each one of these cases. So since I have a full wave of Planet of the Apes, and I do have 3 aliens, this is going to work out really well for my long-term storage. But, however, I'm sorry, Super7, but I do have to bring in a new Star Wars figure to show you in a comparison size. Yes, he does fit in there. So, that is awesome. So now, what these cases did was back in the day, it enabled you to have, it's even in the same style, it's an Imperial, it was supposed to look like an Imperial, like deck of the Death Star. So you put the figures down. So you put this down like this, and then you would take your figure, and then that's why they have these peg holes on their feet. So you can pose them like that. So now, and there you go. So then you can pose. This enables us to have that old school fun that we used to have in arranging these figures on these pegs in this way. And here's a crossover I'd love to see. So we can do this with our figures, and then we could have little setups, and sometimes the peg holes didn't work, sometimes they did, sometimes you had to really push them in there. But even old school guys, he may not work. Now, Hasbro did change the peg holes, so he doesn't really work. So he's not going to work. But as you can see, this really works with this case. So we got to give kudos up to Super7 for throwing in this ReAction bag that's in the style of the old Kenner bag. They gave us him to him in a bubble wrap so he wouldn't get all knocked around and chipped and everything else as he was in shipment. But they give us 2 of these cases, enough for 4 aliens to get into the big spots. And this is retro fun. I mean, this is just awesome. The way this case is laid out, this is everything you wanted it to be if you had the old Kenner cases from back in the day. So, gotta give it up. Big round of applause to Super7. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. Now, they did do a small case for Hellboy for last year's Comic-Con. As you can see, this is from 2016. But this had just resurfaced as in back, you know, the ability to order it again on Entertainment Earth. So I figured, you know what? Picking it up. I'm in the process of moving. I need to put my figures in a case. This is what I wanted. They nailed it. You get a cool alien figure that you can only get with this case. I believe this was $29.99, but I'll put up the right price. I believe it was $29.99, but completely worth it. It may have been a little bit more than that, but completely worth it in this old school style of plastic with the case, with the vinyl and everything. It's like you're going to bring like a briefcase to work, and it's going to be this. So definitely recommend picking one of these up, junkies. If you're a fan of Super 7, if you're starting to find out that you have several of these figures now in your collection and you want someplace to store them because you can't have them on display all the time. And I said in my review of Cornelius earlier that, look at that, interesting. That this is definitely, you need this. There's so many more cool things that Super 7 is doing that I need to pick up, and I'm just really enjoying everything that they do. Thanks for tuning in, junkies. Please subscribe and check out all of our social media pages. Good night.